Hi Libra. I'm going to do an energy check-in for you guys for the end of June. This is good for the Sun, Rising Moon, and Venus sign of Libra. Keep in mind, as always, this is a general reading, not a personal reading. It won't resonate with everyone that watches, although I really hope that this one does because it looks so great, Libra. Check your Rising Moon or Venus sign as well. You could find messages for yourself there on my other channel, Soma Chandra. The link to that channel is at the top of the description below. If you want a message to resonate with you completely 100% for health, wealth, love, destiny, career, book a private reading with me. The link to my website for scheduling is in the description below. Please only use the website to schedule, guys, and only email me if absolutely necessary. Okay, I try to get back to all of you when I can. I appreciate your messages. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. It's Libra Nation here. So I'm so glad that I pulled this for you guys because when I pulled the cards out, the first card that came out with was the Six of Swords, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this. This already looks good." And Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Animal Spirit guidebook guides wanted to talk to tell us what energy you are in right now or what your goal should be. Bat, Cobra, and Beaver, all in the upright, Libra. Interesting trio. A bat, a cobra, and a beaver walked into a bar. And what we get is Libra right now. Never a dull moment with you, Libra. So bat is first of all, you've got an air animal, a nocturnal animal, and a very resourceful one, a fire sign animal, fire animal at the top of the food chain. And it is also an excellent omen. And beaver, a very diligent creature, and very family oriented as well. I was like, boom, this is a weird combo. I don't remember the last time I saw a cobra and a beaver on the table together, but bat is about darkness, okay? And it's about letting go and death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of subtle senses. So what you're going through right now, Libra, one of the lessons you're really learning is about listening to the subtleties of your emotions and your body and underlying forces that cause things, to prosper and other things to fade. And the bat shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. When it's in balance in the upright, it accepts, it adapts, it adjusts. When it's out of balance, it refuses to let go and it reminisces. To bring it into balance, they recommend to watch a sunrise. It will help with that. I love that for you. So you guys are in a death and a rebirth and you're letting go. It's in the upright. It's great. Cobra, I love this for you guys. This is pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. Cobra represents a teacher or a spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, and ever loving. The essence of cobra is found deep within us from the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. So some of you have found your own inner teacher, and some of you are needing to find that. Some of you are teaching yourselves, or you're like becoming teachers, or finding a spiritual leader in some way. And I love what it asks. What would it feel like to be the student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When it's in balance, it is the student of life, and it's humble and it's wise. When it's out of balance, it's a know-it-all and it's egocentric. So to bring it into balance, take a class and study. Some of you are being called to take a class, study, and learn something. But what I'm seeing here is like it says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You had to let something go so that you can learn something new. This is about inner wisdom and pausing and waiting. You're at this pause between an ending and a new beginning, ready to learn something new. And it's going to take a lot of work. Here's our little beaver. Hardworking, loyal, tireless, and he puts family first. The beaver personality is a welcomed sight always. I love it. It's a great omen. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family. Some of you have all gotten an upgrade of some kind, like a swift surge of energy. And they express by the way of the earth element. They provide for home and they want financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. Some of you are having a hard time getting something off the ground. For some of you, this is a gentle little nudge, like, look. Once you get going, you'll just chomp, 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 and you just got to get that ball rolling. Some of you are being called to start something new, and you need to get the ball rolling. But when the beaver card appears, the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. Whatever you're about to start, Libra, get ready for the long haul. I mean, really, and steady effort. Slow and steady wins the race. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, like selfless service. When it's in the upright, it does meaningful work and it's happy. When it's out of balance, it feels useless and it feels worn out. One of the ways to bring this into balance is to do some selfless acts of service, to give to others without expecting anything in return, and a little bit of physical labor. Some of you are working a lot. Some of you need to get ready to work hard, starting new cycles that will require a lot of work. But all the cards came in the upright. So again, I asked Spirit, what's representing Libra now? What do they need to hear? What do they need to know? What are they doing? The bats, the cobra, and the beaver are all walking in with you, Libra. This is what you need to do. This is the key to the success, apparently. This looks really great. I think the rest of June's going to look pretty good for you guys. In the center of it all for you, Six of Swords. Moving on. This is transition. You will be making changes. It's a rite of passage. You're going to release baggage that no longer serves you. This is a brand new deck. This is Tarot de la Nuit. It's the same people that make the Arcanum Tarot. I love it. I just read for Cancer with it, and I'm loving it for you guys. She looks a little almost like, I'm done. Girl, bye. The water Uber. Goodbye. I'm going. I'm all gone now. Slowly moving away from something. It's a slow transition. Sometimes we wish someone would be in that boat with us, but you're moving on. It's a healing energy. The challenge for you is death. We have death here and the Ace of Cups in reverse. These flew out together. So the challenge is self-love, okay? Starting new cycles. It's a new cycle. The Ace is here. The Ace of Cups in here is here. It is about compassion and creativity and love. For some of you, it's getting something off the ground. It can be a new relationship, but of any kind where you can get compassionate and creative. The challenge is listening to your intuition, facing repressed emotions. You know they're there. That's why you repress them to begin with, but loving yourself first. When you love yourself first and you listen to your intuition, that tertiary meaning of the Ace of Cups, which is repressed emotions, becomes easier to face. And the challenge is also death. So bat and death mean the same thing. Six of Swords, I'm seeing some endings. And for some of you, these are recent endings, but for others of you, this is a slower ending that you've been transitioning through. The challenge is saying it's over and something has ended. This is a death and a rebirth. For some of you, the challenge is a Scorpio. Maybe this is your south or north node too, and loving yourself. Endings and changes. Death can be difficult, but I'm feeling good about it. What's driving you? The Hangman. And it's in the upright. Always a sacrifice is the Hangman. We put ourselves in a situation. We're not entirely comfortable with it, but we know we put ourselves there, and it's time to pause and wait until we see something from a new point of view. So two cards of pause here. Remember they talk Cobra, pauses and waits, almost in a mesmerizing way. And the Hangman is about accepting things that are out of your control and just letting go. Letting go. There is a pause here with it. It brings enlightenment. That is what the Hangman and the Pisces energy does for us. In the past, whatever part of the past that is contributing to the most recent events for you, the Chariot in reverse, the Moon, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So Pisces energy here, Cancer here. For some of you, you were just waiting for someone to come. And then you got tired of waiting with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You became patient and impatient and you gave up. Or there was just no long-term success. But when the Chariot comes in reverse, it's like we just turn that GPS right off. We either drive out of control towards something too fast for the wrong reasons, and we just take the wrong road and we just end up in a ditch. Or it's like someone, you or someone else, never really knew the direction. There was no determination. There was no relocation. There was no going. There was no going, with this Chariot in reverse. And it always made you feel so insecure with the moon. Dreams, illusion, blindly loving something hidden and veiled in the moonlight, instability, insecurity, the heightened intuition. So uncomfortable. Why is this not going forward? And eventually, I think you were just like, you know what? I'm not moping about this anymore. I'm not waiting for a return on my investment. This is limited success versus reward, and it's making me feel insecure. All done. The challenge is knowing you do have to have a death all the way. The challenge is knowing never to be afraid of something that dies. Everything that has a beginning has an end, and with every ending is a new beginning. Always in the universe, this is the truth. Nothing ever really dies. We have new beginnings always. The challenge is knowing that. Okay, knowing it, and knowing that you do have to love yourself first and go through that death and move on to wherever you're moving on to. Just leave this Chariot in the ditch. Call AAA. Okay, no long-term success, and it made you insecure anyways. I think that's what's going on. But what's crowning what you guys are thinking about, dude, this is so good. Three of Pentacles to the Star. What is my life purpose? I am wishing on a star, says Libra, this energy of Aquarius. Some of you are wanting to build and grow and do something new with an Aquarius, possibly. But secondary to Aquarius, the star can sometimes be Libra. This is hope, faith, renewal, a renewed sense of spirituality, a rebirth from within. You're hoping for this. You are hopeful for a rebirth. You might be wishing on a star about a specific situation, but I don't think so based on some of the other cards I've seen here. This is about, some of you are thinking about going back to school or getting in situations, because this is about learning and implementation with the Three of Pentacles on the upright. It's about teamwork, collaboration, implementing, actually physically applying and using what you learned, being rewarded and recognized immediately in a cycle for what you bring to the table, putting in work towards your life purpose, starting at pretty much a beginner's mindset. Threes are the full growth potential of something. So in a very practical way, you're like, okay, what's the full growth potential of something? In the 3D with the Pentacles. Will I be a star? What is my dream? How can I build it? She's holding it here in the palm of her hands. How can I hold my dreams in the palm of my hands? The star is something we do all on our own. That's badass. Your actions right now, the Nine of Pentacles. What do we say about this card? The Nine of Pentacles is our spirit animal. Money never hurt me. Self-sufficiency never hurt me. My own self-worth all by myself never hurt me. Financial independence, abundant luxury, looking good, smelling good. You're on point. You're on fleek. You're snatched. In every way. You look amazing. This is what you're doing right now. I'm independent. I am free. This is my goal. This is the goal. I am the goal. I am the goal. I love this. It looks so good. The way you see yourself, though, Three of Swords in reverse. Awesome. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about emotional pain and sorrow and grief and hurt. It can be about illness even as well. This is optimism. This is forgiveness. This is healing a broken heart. This is releasing pain. You do have a little bit of negative self-talk. You're talking down to yourself and about yourself a little bit. I did this to myself. I hurt myself, blah, blah, blah. We all hurt ourselves. Yes, other people hurt us, but ultimately when you live an emotion-focused life, you realize no one's creating emotions in your brain but yourself. And don't beat yourself up. Just keep focusing on the optimism and forgiveness and healing and getting better because you're moving on. Just remember the challenge. Remember the challenge. Love yourself first. Face your repressed emotions. Listen to your intuition. Allow for death and rebirth. It's a shape-shifting energy. Energy around you. I don't know what's going on here. We'll see what comes out in your next love message. If this resonates with you guys, let me know, and I'll go back and watch this reading and focus in on this and see if I can pick up on it again. Eight of Wands in reverse. The person around you, this could be anyone in your life, okay? Anyone, the one you're thinking about now. Eight of Wands in reverse, this person is not moving. They're not making fast paced change. There are delays. They resist change. They're also frustrated and they're going in for internal alignment. They're impatient. They could also act out of impulse, but they're frustrated and they're not budging really. They won't come into alignment. The way they feel about you is the King of Wands. So they want your attention. They want you to think they're hot and sexy and amazing. They might want friendship. But when we have a court card like this, a king, as their feelings for you, the King of Wands, it visualizes like long-term success. They're very passionate, they're confident, but it's someone that will put themselves first. This person might want some kind of a passionate exchange with you, but they do want you to pay attention to them first and foremost. A King and Queen of Wands walk into a room and they know everyone is going to look at them. They planned it that way. This is not bad or wrong, but this person is very confident, okay, about the situation. Fiery too. It could be blonde, but not necessarily. The action they want to take towards you, Ace of Swords in reverse to the Four of Wands. It's like they can't have a breakthrough, so again, I'm not going to clarify this all out because this is about you. Just let it unfold, okay? So for some of you, this person's good and stable right where they are, right where their foundation is, and they don't want to have a breakthrough with you. But for a few of you, there's a person out there that's rethinking something with you. And it's an emerging idea, but they can't figure out how to have a breakthrough with you to get success. And they might want some kind of a homecoming with you. This is just for fun. This is just harmony. Let's just relax. Let's just get together. It's just about, a foundation and structure. This person does want structure. So they might have cut you out in order to get their own structure and stability, or they're rethinking something with you. This is not bad, but this person might act out of impulse and they will put themselves first, okay, to a degree. It could also be a person that there's just been delays with in some way, and they are very passionate about you. They just haven't had a breakthrough yet. I don't know. I think that this could be a new person coming in or an old person that you're kind of done with. Okay. This could also have something to do with a house and the structure of it. I don't know why. I just saw that. The way you're feeling, 10 of Cups in reverse to the World. Something has ended for you. Here's that ending. Here's the ending, okay, with death. I think you're paused right now because you're not sure where to go, and you are wishing on a star and at the beginning of building something. I see you trying to be stable and badass and self-sufficient, and you are accepting endings with this owl. It brings wisdom. Very much so. And the 10 of Cups in reverse this is an ending, but it's because there's trouble in paradise. There's a struggling relationship that you're in right now that you just want to completely end. If it has already ended, there was a disconnection because you guys didn't have the same values and you didn't want the same things. But you have reached a transcendence with it, with the world. Happy graduation. The pause between one cycle and the next, an ending, with that bat. And we're ending on the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Swords. This is really beautiful. Emotional stability, compassionate, caring, intuitive, in flow. But right behind it, so leading with the heart, but right behind it is this Queen of Swords, which is also independent, unbiased judgment, clear boundaries, and direct communication. This is a lovely balance. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Empress. That's your card, Libra. Ladies and gentlemen, the Empress, highly creative, high standards. Only Empresses will come into your life for my guys that like girls. It doesn't matter what kind of relationships you like to have. I'm also seeing a lot of mother energy for some of you. Okay. And this could be a situation with some of you that are dealing with an empress that might have a lot of control. Don't let them make you stressed out. Okay. You be the empress. You be the queen of all queens, ladies and gentlemen, where you have high standards and you're very nurturing and very grounded and get very creative in a situation. I see you releasing worry with the Nine of Swords in reverse. There's some stuff still bothering you. You're starting to feel better, and like there's this lift of anxiety and worry and fear. You're going to start to sleep better if you've been sleeping bad. Six of Wands in reverse. Your ego might feel a little bruised, but you're starting to focus on your own personal definition of success. You might feel as though you've fallen from grace. You also might be dealing with a person that's like, okay, fine, I'll get off my high horse and talk to you finally. That's a good sign but someone might have a bruised ego between now and the end of June. And Five of Pentacles in reverse, slowly freeing yourself from negative cycles where you feel lost and there's worry and there's a lacking mindset and even financial issues that are a problem. I love that. The wheel, here it comes, the ups and downs, change is coming. Focus on the right things for the right reasons, Libra, and you'll stay on track. This looks absolutely beautiful. I think the end of June is going to look good for you guys. Stay the course with this. Go back and watch the beginning of this. Remember what you need to be focused on and why. Wish on your star. Be the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Focus on Queens of Cups and Queens of Swords for people that want that in their life. And just pause that tectonic breath, okay? Between one cycle and the next, you stay the Empress, you move on. And remember, you can get through these challenges, loving yourself first and allowing for death and rebirth.